2 killed and dozens rescued after attack on luxury resort in Mali. An attack executed by suspected jihadi terrorists left a trail of death and destruction at a popular luxury resort in the West African nation of Mali on Monday. The attack took place near the Malian capital of Bamako when 4 armed gunmen stormed the grounds of the Campment Kangaba resort. Unsuspecting tourists walking the camping grounds came under fire. While more than 30 civilians managed to escape, at least 2 tourists were confirmed to have been killed, one of whom was identified as a French-Gabonese dual citizen. The assailants exchanged fire with Malian anti-terrorist forces minutes after the attack began. The security minister said at least 4 assailants were killed. No group has immediately claimed responsibility for the attack, which occurred during the final week of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Here are some other terror attacks that have taken place in 2017 so far. London hit by another terror attack. British Prime Minister Theresa May said it was time to say enough is enough after Islamist terrorists struck again at the heart of the country's capital. The attack reportedly began at 9:58 p.m. on Saturday, when 3 suspects in a speeding white van drove onto London Bridge. The van plowed into pedestrians at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour before mounting the sidewalk outside the Barrow Boy and Banker pub. At 10:07 p.m., ambulances arrived at the scene of the initial attack. 1 minute later, as police arrived at London Bridge, they began receiving reports of a second incident at nearby Borough Market. The suspects ran through the market, entering bars and restaurants and stabbing people with knives. 7 victims are confirmed to have died, and a further 48 were injured. At 10:16 p.m., police said the 3 suspects had been shot dead at Borough Market outside the Wheatsheaf pub. Police said the attackers were wearing fake suicide vests. It took the police 8 minutes from the time they received the first emergency call to confront and kill the attackers. ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack, which is the 3rd terrorist atrocity to hit the UK in just 3 months.
Police suspect Manchester bomb was a terror attack. At least 22 people died and scores more were injured in an explosion at a concert in Manchester. Authorities said they're treating the blast as a terror attack until they had further information. A capacity crowd of 21,000 people were at the Manchester Arena on Monday night for an Ariana Grande concert. As the show was finishing, there was an explosion in the foyer of the arena. Some witnesses said the attack appeared to be carried out with a nail bomb. The blast sparked panic inside the arena as thousands of people ran for the exits. At least 22 people were killed and 59 injured. Many of the wounded were reportedly trampled as they ran from the venue. U.S. officials told Reuters that the attack was possibly the work of a suicide bomber. However, British police have yet to confirm what caused the blast, and no group has claimed responsibility for the attack.
Iran blames the Saudis for twin ISIS attacks. ISIS has claimed responsibility for 2 terrorist attacks in the Iranian capital Tehran on Wednesday, in which at least 12 people died and a further 46 were injured. The attacks began at Iran's parliament at around 10:30 a.m., where 4 attackers disguised as women killed 11 people and wounded dozens of others. At least 1 attacker blew himself up on the 4th floor of the building. It took Iranian authorities several hours to kill the attackers and end the siege. At the same time as the assault on Parliament, 2 terrorists attacked the mausoleum of Ayatollah Khomeini, where they detonated explosives at the western entrance. 1 victim was killed at the shrine, and both of the attackers reportedly committed suicide. Iranian officials blamed Saudi Arabia and the United States for the attacks, even though ISIS said it was responsible. Iran is a predominantly Shiite Muslim country. The Shiite faith is regarded as heretical by Sunni Muslim ISIS militants. Forces backed by Iran are at war with ISIS in Iraq and Syria. If ISIS's claims are true, this would be the group's first successful attack on Iranian soil. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Suicide bombing in Pakistan kills at least 70 and wounds many more. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for a suicide attack that killed more than 70 people and wounded more than 250 at a Sufi shrine in Pakistan on Thursday evening. The bombing targeted the shrine of La Shahbaz Qalandar in Pakistan's southern Singh province. The shrine was crowded with people performing a spiritual dance. A suicide bomber blew himself up in the middle of the crowd, killing at least 70 people. Sufism is regarded as a relatively tolerant form of Islam. In addition to the Thursday bombing, the Islamic State attacked another Sufi shrine in southwestern Pakistan in November.